Hi everyone, in this video we're going to look at infographics in Premiere Pro. Basically they are a MOGART, kind of a pre-made template that we can make adjustments to. I'm going to show you how to get it going here now in Premiere Pro. Alright, so let's make that infographic. Okay, so basically we're relying on basically a MOGART. We've done that before. Okay, basically it is under your Essential Graphics panel and under Browse, you've got some basic stuff in here, but you want to go to Adobe Stock. You can use premium or free, depends if you've got a license. Just use the word infographic. So infographic isn't so much a thing, a unique importable thing. It's just a style of MOGART. Okay, and you saw that one at the beginning. This is the one we started with. So normally in the past, you'd have to use it in conjunction with Premiere Pro, After Effects, and Premiere Pro. After Effects makes all this kind of cool infographics, and then you basically just import them into Premiere Pro. Lately, okay, Adobe are giving Premiere Pro users the ability to kind of bring in templates or MOGARTs of these infographics so that you can control them within here without having to jump into After Effects. Why? Because After Effects works very differently from Premiere Pro. Can be quite daunting if you are not prepared to kind of learn it. So we've got this kind of in-between zone where we're relying on After Effects to make MOGARTs. Adobe have made, or at least commissioned, a bunch of free ones and premium ones that we can use, so we don't actually have to have any After Effects knowledge. So Adobe Stock, I've gone free, I've typed in an infographic. We're going to use this one here, Gradient Circle. And before we get into it, there's going to be a level of amazingness and a level of frustration. Okay, because there's a lot of things we want to change in here. And remember, it's up to the After Effects creator, depending on how much control we have. And they can't be, I guess, responsible for every use case. Have you just noticed they were drawing a cat in there? I'm sure it was, hey, we've got some stock footage. Draw anything, look busy. It's like 4 people looking at her drawing a cat. Oh, 2 cats. Anyway, so once you've found the one you want, okay, you can hit the little download button. And you get this little tick. I already downloaded mine. Okay, it takes a little while to download. And then you've got 2 ways. The easiest way is just to drag it straight from here, straight onto your timeline. Okay, and it will slowly bring it all through. If you've imported it a long time ago, you can go to your My Templates and do a search for it. You got to remember the words are Gradient Circle. So I'll go back to My Templates and type in circle. Okay, and there it is there, and I can drag it across. Another handy thing in your My Templates, it always starts with this for some reason. See down the bottom here, we can sort by recent downloads. So it's going to give me that's one I made earlier. Okay, some of the things we've been working on. Anyway, what we want to do now is adjust it. So we click on it, okay, and under Effects and under Essential Graphics, Edit, you can see we can change bits. So in my case, I've got some stats about SMEs. Okay, so I'm going to click in there. You see it's too big. So top text size. Ooh, so they've given us control from that, which is great. Okay, let's play through this animation. Actually, I'm going to turn mine really low for this tutorial. They're quite complex. Basically, they're an After Effects composition. That works good for me. The single data set, let's go and change a few things. The single data set, I'm just going to leave off. Okay, I want to find the percentage here, and there's just a lot of changing, deciding what you want in there. Let's try and find it. It's quite a good bit of control in here. I'm going to try and find it. Speed this up. Hang on, wait there. All right, found it there. Chart controls. So 65, that's my max value 100. This data is 38% of SMEs. Use a co-working bit of information there while we're doing this course. Okay, a couple other things I want to adjust. One thing you might have run into is the font problems. Okay, if you've got that already, a couple of things you might do is back under Essential Graphics. I forget because I've already did this a while ago. This particular font is already on my machine. So what you can do is you can click on it, right click it and say sync missing font. Click that. That is not always going to work. That's only if the creator has used a font within the Adobe fonts library. If it's not going to work. Another thing you might do is click over here in no man's land, go to, can't remember, type in font under help. Okay, on my Mac I can type in font and it points to it. Love that about a Mac. I don't think that appears on a PC, but anyway. Add fonts, replace fonts and projects. You might get away with this. Okay, you might be able to find it and say, actually, this one here, I'm going to replace with something else that's on my machine. And all of that sometimes doesn't work. I've brought in templates where the creator has not made this editable, so it's not changeable. It's just one of the functions that the creator needs to enable. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to do a couple little things. I'm going to make my top text color white because I want to get rid of the background color, background stripe color. I want to get rid of whatever that is, weird stripy color. Go Y, background opacity. Yeah, I probably want the background, there's a gradient on it. I'm just going to make it dark so I can see my white stuff over the top. You see what I'm doing there? Go, circle gradient color, green, gradient, don't want. There's quite a bit, this is pretty complex, really well done whoever created this one. Okay, so this is kind of like a pre-made bit of infographic. The cool thing about it though is that it does adjust, like that little slider on the outside will adjust when I change this from, where was it again? So here if I crank it up, can you see the number that I change here adjusts both the number on the inside and the graph around here. So it's pretty amazing how far we can get with just dragging it in and making the adjustments. Let's say that though you do, like there's such a big problem, we need to change this font here. You can't live without it, client won't accept it, and you're like, oh, it's just not in here, why can't I change it? I'm going to show you how to jump into After Effects and do it. This is not an After Effects course, just a quick little whirlwind for those people who either have some After Effects knowledge or are prepared to like hack in there and try and get it done. Or if you are keen, I have got an After Effects course specifically called Infographics where we make stuff like this. But let's say we just want to jump in there. So we need to figure out where this file is because it's actually sitting on our machine somewhere. We need to update it. We're not updating this like template that's inside of here. We're updating the single use in this project. So I need to right click it. You need to make this bigger so you can see it and right click it. Sometimes that doesn't work. Okay, let's reveal it in the Finder. It'll take you to here wherever you've saved your file. So this is my co-working project-y. I spelled that wrong. Okay, you will find inside of there, there's my project that I'm working on. There's this folder that Premiere Pro made for me when I drag that across. Okay, and inside it is that a couple of different folders. That's the thing that got made. That's there. I can open that up in After Effects. So open up After Effects. Mine's already open. Go to File, Open Project, and find that. Okay. And it's not going to update on the timeline the way that we're going to create it. Okay, we're going to create it into another motion graphics that is editable. So there's going to be a kind of a little bit of reworking here. So motion graphics template, there you are. Cool. Open it up. It doesn't like it in the format that it's in. So we're going to go and call it on my desktop. Let's just stick it here called, yeah, that's fine. It's a fine name for me. It's going to update the version. Now, After Effects can be a little bit, I don't know, daunting. It's probably the most daunting of them all of the Adobe world. Okay, so what you need to see is Window. Let's open up the Essential Graphics panel. Okay, and that is what you'll be looking at. And this is what gets added, okay, when the person creates this crazy animation. Lots of expressions, lots of things going on, but this is where they decide how much control you have. Okay, so in our case, the creator of this thing called static, okay, was the statistic. I keep calling it static. Okay, top text. Okay, edit the properties. They haven't got this gone. Okay, or at least when it came out, there was no option. Okay, some of these original graphics were created when there was no time. Well, the ability wasn't enabled for them to create this, to turn it on. So I'm going to enable custom font. They've already got custom font size there. Okay, and yeah, that looks for me. I'll set that going. Okay, and you can see there's the font and the style. It's now going to be part of the essential graphics that come through on the other side. So what we do now is I'm going to save this project. It's called Circle 1 Converted Desktop. Circle Chart 01 is good for me. So I can come back to this and edit this kind of template again. And that's not the thing you use, not the thing we just saved. What you're going to use in Premiere Pro is this thing. We're going to export our MoGart or our motion graphics template. Where we're going to put it, we could stick it on our drive or just say go straight into my folder for me. Ready to use. Actually, before I do that, I'll change it so it's different from my other one. The text color, this one's gonna have pink text to start with. Okay, let's update our poster frame so that we can recognize it compared to our other one. It needs to be saved, I can do that. So everything that's in here is gonna be put into my local templates folder, save it. Now I can go inside Premiere Pro, and remember this didn't update. You can go over there for a second. You can see under my Essential Graphics, browse, there's that new one we made. I can drag that on and go through my process of, changing the statistic, changing the font. But now look, I can change the font. Impact. We're having a terrible font client. They said we now used to have to use Impact. It's not bad, but nobody really wants to start using Impact on a design job. All right, so that was using a kind of a pre-made infographic. So it's great that we get given that control. Okay, now in Premiere Pro, rather than relying on either someone else to create them in After Effects, okay, and we drag them in, now we can get some control in here. And if the control isn't there, you might, depending on your skills in After Effects, be able to go out, create a new motion graphics template and turn on some of the features you want. You might turn some of them off to tidy it up and really take ownership of it. And in this case, we're gonna have to update these colors every time. So back in After Effects, you might go and change all of those things before it comes here in Premiere Pro as a MoGART. All right, that is an infographic pre-made in Premiere Pro. All right, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you do want to go further with Premiere Pro, you might want to join me for my larger courses, okay, called Premiere Pro Essentials and Premiere Pro Advanced. There'll be links for both of those in the description. Hope to see you in the course. Bye.